Welcome to Just in the Kitchen with me, your host, Justine. So we're in a little series, as I like to call it, of the cream puff, hot fudge butter pecan cream puff. And we're on the cream puff part. So you're gonna get one recipe, then the next recipe, and then the hot fudge recipe last. So it's not too long. I have a little bit of attention where I can't pay attention to something too long. So I try to cut them short for you guys. So right here in this, I have a cup of milk and a stick of unsalted butter. And I'm going to, the ingredients I have about 2 tablespoons of sugar, quarter teaspoon of salt. I have a cup of flour, teaspoon-ish of vanilla paste. I'm going to put in some nutmeg and 4 eggs. So you want to make sure all your butter has melted and your milk has steeped a little bit. And then you're going to add in everything else. You're going to add in the sugar and the salt and the vanilla paste. We'll get it out of there. This is so good. And you get to see the little flecks of vanilla. So there we go. Now I know most of them don't call for this. I happen to like it because I like my profiterole, which is what this is called. This is a pat of choux recipe. A pat of choux, you can make eclairs out of it, cream puffs. Obviously I'm doing my cream puff today. So I like the taste of vanilla. I like it to be a little bit more flavorful than the ones that I've tasted other places. So I add stuff in it. I'm going to add my nutmeg. I like fresh nutmeg. I do. I love the nutmeg. It has a whole different taste than regular nutmeg, I think. But you don't add the whole nutmeg in there. Let's get another one and try it, shall we? All right. There we go. Just a little bit, not the whole nutmeg. All right. Oops. Parent nutmeg, there we go. Then we mix it, and I'm going to take the cup of flour and I'm going to put it in there, and it's going to get gloopy, but it will mix together, and it will make a paste. So you want to see the paste that it's making, just keep mixing, and it will. Oh, I'm a little sloppy. And then what this does is, it does 2 things. It makes into a dough, but it also cooks off that flour taste that you will get. So you're going to cook it, and honest, it will come together. I might turn it up a little bit. And so once it starts forming a ball, you're going to cook it for another couple minutes, and you're going to cook it on the bottom. I can smell that nutmeg now. Woo. And a little bit of sugar. You see it's getting a little thicker. I'm going to quit mixing this, and I'm going to use my spoon. I like the spoon. And as you see, it's getting thicker and thicker. Thicker and thicker. That's what my niece said. All right. And it does take some arm power, just to let you know. You got to stir it, and it'll look like, oh my gosh, it's getting lumpy. That's okay, because it's going to come together. It smells lovely. I can smell the vanilla. I can smell the nutmeg. See what it looks like? See how it comes together? That's what you want. And then you're going to cook it for a couple of minutes after this. It's going to start sticking to the bottom. That's what it's supposed to do. And then you've known that you cooked it. See, Mark, can you scooch in and see how it's kind of sticking to the bottom? A little bit. You don't want it to burn. You just want it to stick to the bottom. Did you get that, Mark? So then I'm going to take it off the heat, and I'm going to put in 4 eggs. This takes some more arm power. So as I put it in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just going to stir. How about if I move the cup and stuff out of the way? And it will come together, I promise. It's cooking the eggs, it's making a dough. Now you can use a mixer, you can use a hand blender, you can also use food processor. You can use all those. And so if you don't want to do this, you can do that. You can use those. So what I'm going to do is we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like, because nobody wants to watch me work this. But you can see where it's getting thicker, right? I'm incorporating the eggs. Can you see that? It's working. So I'm going to finish beating this. But remember, you can use a food processor, a blender, or a mixer. We'll be right back when this is mixed up. I might be sweaty. I have incorporated all of this. It didn't take that long, and believe me, if I can do this, you can do this. So what I'm going to do, I don't think you got it. Did you get it? How it was? See? You want to zoom in on that? See how thick it is? Have you got it? Okay, so now I'm going to put it into this. It has no tip on it. I didn't put a tip. I just want the big one. And I put it in a cup so I can get everything in there and I don't make a mess of the bag. And then as I need it, I pull it up. Makes it easier to get stuff in there. And then it's not a mess. And I have the oven set at 425, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I've tried other ways, but the best way I think, is to do it for 20 minutes and then turn the oven off. Once you turn the oven off, let it sit in there for 10 more minutes. Here I am, you'll see, Mark, if you can zoom in while I'm doing this. I'm just squeezing. Give it some room because it will puff up, and I think the glass is in the way. All right, there you go. And then don't worry about the tops, because all you have to do is stick your hand in the water. You don't want them poking up because they will get crispy, and then that's not good. This is the perfect way for the pat a choux to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish these up, put them in the oven at 425, and I'll come back when they're done and I'll show you what to do. They're done. Hear that? That means they're done. You want them to be a little on the crispy side, and you're going to at least cut them. I like to cut them halfway so the steam can escape, otherwise they kind of fall. And that's it. That's your cream puff. It is so easy to make. See the inside? I'll show you when we go to make it. It's just empty. It's empty. It's hollow. It's good for lemon chiffon. It's good for all kinds of things. Let me see if I can get this cut open. And you can freeze these, so they're really good for freezing. Hold on just a second. Ouch. See? They're just empty. Little empty shells to put your nummy goodness on. And if your oven is a little too hot, or you think it runs a little too hot, I did a batch earlier at 425 and I thought that they got a little too dark, so I turned it down to 375 and they came out much lighter, which is how I like them. I don't like them dark, and so you just want to make sure. So I hope you will try these. They are so easy to do. What was it? 5 ingredients. So you try them. You can make them out of cream. You can do a pastry cream and put it inside, any flavor that you want. Just make sure you do it. Whether you put ice cream in it, which is the easy way, or you make a pastry cream, you've got to try these. They're very good. They're also good for a savory dish. Like you could put a mascarpone, take the sugar out, and you could put maybe some Parmesan in this. And then once you take the Parmesan on the inside, you could probably do like a mascarpone and some herb cream and have yourself a nice little cream puff that's more savory. So go to justinthekitchen.com for these recipes. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll be back later with the ice cream and the hot fudge. Bye. God bless.